Hello, Orbital Laser Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play... Not Xenonauts. I almost fell back. This is totally Xenonauts. We're just in the future of Xenonauts on the moon. No, it's Millennium 2.2. The Amiga version. So, the last episode got a little bit out there with the aliens constantly... Or aliens, you know. The Martian mutants constantly destroying our stuff and blocking us from getting the uranium that we need. Because, you know, we need the uranium to build better defenses. And so far, this was the only place we could get any. Technically, there are a couple other moons that have uranium, but they're further away. Like, we're on a Jupiter moon. Let me see. It was like Titan, maybe? Titan has uranium, but it's also nitrogen-based, which is interesting. And it's a lot further away. There was maybe somewhere else that also had uranium. I forget. There you go, Tethys. So, if you want another human colony, you could go to Tethys, and maybe this will be our next colony, maybe. Just because I need that uranium. And the only downside is, of course, the round trip from the moon, Earth's moon, to Jupiter moon is a lot shorter than a Saturn moon. But, hey, maybe it's worth it. But, either way, we don't have the resources to build a colony ship yet. We have the titanium, but we're actually way underneath, way low on aluminum. We need 710. And that's assuming we don't lose any more... 700, just straight 700. That's assuming we don't lose any more generators. Because every time we lose one of these, we're out 160 tons. So, that sucks. Basically. That's just the big old pile of suck. Anyway, we've got drones, probes that is, on the way to Uranus and Neptune and Pluto. They'll probably get there in the next couple months. Duke Leto is on the way back to the moon to theoretically guide the next colony ship. And then Gonzales 2 and 3 are trying to get our uranium working. It's been very difficult. And of course we've got our harvesters on the asteroids. After this orbital laser, I might consider building more asteroid miners because a lot of our aluminum has been coming from the asteroids. And even at 4 per day, we need, what, 435? That's still over 100 days. I would like to speed that up if we can. They're a pretty darn good investment. You know, 10 titanium and 5 aluminum, a few like pilots, and then infinite, like a low rate of income, but it just seems to last forever of anything you can get off the asteroids. So I'd say 4 was good, but we might want to build a few more to speed things up, maybe. Anyway, let's continue. We found another asteroid. Old Man Grabby. So, like this one, another 40 tons of asteroids, or 40 tons of aluminum. That's, you know, 10 days of production on the moon. So that cuts us from 100 days to 90 days, right? Duke Leto. Yeah, you guys, once we build another Carrack, the Carracks can have cool names if you want, because they're kind of the rare. We're not going to build very many of them. We might build half a dozen at the end of the game or something, you know. They can have cool names. Alright. Mining orbital laser. So, that orbital laser is assumedly meant to go to the colony of Leda, but we had to delay that by sending the Wave Rider with a power generator because it keeps getting attacked. Gonzales will be back in 14 days, so that'll be where we load it up. Until then, at least our home base is well protected. For now. What do I want to produce? I want more lasers is what I want, but I can't. I don't need the nodules right now. I already paid for a grazer, let's build it. I did it accidentally earlier on. It is more micromanagement, but I feel like I'm getting pressured. Ooh, 60 aluminum. I kind of think I'm getting pressured by the Martians so much that it's worth the micro to have more income. Get that income up. And that should help us out. Not that I'm trying to speedrun this game or anything, but yeah, let's build like 2 more grazers. That'll put us at 6. They're cheap. I need a name though, of course. If anyone has a good name for a miner. We've been naming them after other RTS games that have, you know, SCVs, miners, stuff like that. Snatchy. I guess that goes with grabber. I'm alright with that. This is the more aggressive grabby. And we'll build at least 1 more. So if someone else comes up with a good name in the next couple minutes, we can try that as well. Just put your name in before Robert gets it. Let's see. Lots of titanium, a little bit of aluminum. Ah, good enough. Alright, the Gonzales have arrived, as well as the Harvester. Harvester, head on down. Gonzales 2, head on down. Gonzales 3. Wait about an hour. And then on the moon, we get our resources. And then we get back up into space. And with the Wave Rider, which I misclicked, because I have to click this space, this is where we brought back some resources, including some uranium, thankfully. So we can build a couple more. What I'm going to do... Should I send 2 lasers back to Leda and build 2 here? Oh, no, we can only send 1 at a time. Doesn't matter. They're too heavy. I was thinking I'd send them 2, but you can only send 1. This thing is still not very good at transporting stuff. Alright, that means we'll finish the grazer, then we'll build more lasers. And the Harvester goes back to the asteroids. And the Gonzales takes a precious, precious laser to Leda. 30 days. They're probably going to get attacked in less than 30 days, you know? There's no way. Meanwhile, on Leda, they've got their energy back. I don't even know if it's worth unloading. It's just going to get destroyed, probably. But at least, you know, we could get some mining done while that's going on. I want that uranium so bad. The fact that it's been down for the last month is just so frustrating. But there's no better way to defend it other than just waiting for the laser. And even that I'm not 100% sure about. Stupid Martians. Alright, hopefully they just give it a break. They attack the lunar base and then we get to show off the cool laser beam. Build me lasers. And then grazers. Did we get any more names? Should double check chat. Last one we had was Snatchy. Everyone's just playing all the chat games. You managed to hype up fella for FF7? Oh no. What do I want to call this? I wish I could remember more of the collector names for various RTSs. That's the theme I was trying to go for, but peasant, farmer, yeah. A lot of them used actual vehicles. Like I had SCV. I guess the we have a harvester already. Yeah, the first one was a harvester. The problem is Protoss call them probes, which is dumb, because our probes are actual probes. And then drones are for Zerg. It's not really a drone. We have a peon. We could go with a peasant, though. Yeah, that's fair. Age of AOE, Age of Empires. Yes, that's fair. Workers. Yeah, that's some stuff. You just put 4 people on them and tell them to go work. Work. We've got 6. That'll be enough for a while. It might be overkill. I don't even know, but it'll speed up our aluminum. I did queue everything up. Gonzales is on Leda until we've got some uranium. We should be getting another month or so, and we'll start getting some more data. All right. At least it's the right colony. Zap them. We didn't get them all, but I think they sent like 10, and we shot down 7 with that laser. Worth it. Now, as long as I'm not super slow, I should be able to finish them off. We built that just in time. But if we can stop them from doing damage, oh, then we can finally start making progress. I can't afford to keep losing aluminum and everything. Okay, dude, chill. The best space combat money can buy. The upgrade, Xenonauts required. Good. Attack repulse. That's the first repulsion we've had in a long time. Just because it's impossible to launch your craft fast enough. The ore truck? That's okay. That's not bad. If I build a couple more, I'll take a couple more names. Oh, so we used our first laser. That's fine. It was a good value. You can't tell if I win or not. So if you see the enemy ship blow up into little pieces, it's got, 4 or 5 polygons. If they split up, that's a win. If I blow up, I forget what happens, but they don't blow up and we lose a fighter, you need to shoot down all the red dots on... Like, I don't have time to show it off when we're in the middle of it, but in this screen here, there's a moon and little red dots trying to attack it. If we kill them all, either with laser attacks or fighter launches, all the red dots will die before they get to my base, which is somewhere around here. If we don't, then this will say, damage report, bunch of stuff happened. But attack repulsed means we won. Alright. And we will have another laser eventually. Just in time. Just in time. We can build 2 more. We need all of them now. Alright, Grabby, not Grooby. Grabby brought me another asteroid. Need those resources. The Wisp? That's not too bad. I like that one. Yeah, Warcraft 3 had some good names. Yeah, no problem, T-Dogs. Alright, SCV is back. Orbital laser complete. Let's queue up another orbital laser. Why build one when more could be built? And we gotta land some ships. The resources... This is the only reliable way we have to get resources right now. The uranium on Leda is so sketchy. Did I turn the uranium mines even on? I sure hope I did. That's what I should do right now. Double check. Because it is the most important thing. Yeah, we need a lot of uranium. I'm on the wrong base again. I promise I'll eventually get used to not... Like, from this screen, this is the Leda submenu. If I right-click, it takes me back to the moon base. If I left click, it takes me to the Leda base. It's so easy to mix it up. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just like, that's what's happening, you know? So I'm going to try to hide resources on the Wave Rider so we don't lose them. We're just going to hide them on there. Just a uranium ship. Like every 7 days, we should just go move it all over. Now, the good news is, in only 15 days, we'll get their laser. I think what I'll do... Hold on. How much uranium's back at home? 5. If we have 15, we should send it back right now. Yeah, well, 1 more day. And then we can build 2 more. We built our lasers. So now we spent all our uranium for the moment. How far away are we from the next colony ship? We are 200 aluminum away. And we will have the Duke Leto there to escort it soon enough. We should build a couple more fighters. I mean, we're not going to be able to build a colony ship or send it until we got some orbital lasers. But they need a couple fighters anyway, so get these ready. Alright, we should be okay. Oh, I was only going to wait 1 day. Nah, it's easy to just get moving. Alright, this will be enough for 2 more lasers. Let's keep them flying. I guess we might as well pick up whatever's there. Alright, back to the moon. Peon is back on the moon. Fighter is done. Let's build at least one. Let's just 1 more fighter is probably enough for now. They're not that expensive. We do have a really good supply of copper and platinum. I didn't think that I would have so much of those resources from the asteroids, actually. I thought the bottleneck was going to be copper, but it turns out the bottleneck is like aluminum and titanium. And of course, you know, uranium. So we now have 5 fighters. We can definitely send a couple when we build another base. We have 2 lasers and 1 on the way to Leda. Not enough. And did I ever own an Amiga? Yeah, the Commodore 2000 specifically. Well, it's parents at that point, but you know. Long wait. We still don't have enough. Still pretty short on aluminum. Let's build... We're still not near our population capacity. Could build another Wave Rider. They seem to be pretty darn good for transporting uranium. Yeah. I know they're not totally free, but what did we just spend there? 42 titanium? That's not that expensive. That's a couple days. That's 10 days of titanium, but... We're actually blocked on aluminum, not titanium, so that doesn't slow down the colony at all. Gotta play some more Factorial. This kind of gets me in the mood for optimization. Grabby's there. They're just looking for asteroids right now. There you go. Harvestable asteroid. Sure, lots of aluminum. Perfect. Assumedly, I haven't, like, been sitting on a bunch. Maybe we've mined the asteroid belt out. There's nothing left! Yeah, Factorial's really good. I hear the final release is coming in September, so I'm going to try to hold off till then, and then dive back into it. And yeah, it does have some awesome mods, too, for sure. Hey, probe time! We've made it to Uranus and Leda. I mean, well, you know what I mean. Laser beams. And Uranus. The probe made it! It took a really long time. There was lots of jokes. But finally, Uranus has been probed. Hasn't landed yet. Alright, most important. We have a laser now defending Leda base, which means, in theory, the next wave won't destroy anything. In theory. And we're getting that uranium at least one per day, basically. Oh, okay. That takes a load off my back. We're not done yet, but that's good. Plus, we're starting to get some more research. Let's see what Uranus looks like. Let's see what Uranus looks like. Can't help it. It's too much. Grabby. Another 50 aluminum. Good. We built our wave rider and we researched Uranus. That's what it says. So it is habitable. Just so you know, Uranus is habitable, but it has a methanoid. It's full of methane. So mutation is inevitable. But it's got uranium. I don't know if I'm in a rush to I don't know what I'm colonizing next. But it's nice to have all the information. I'm sorry, T-Dogs. Okay, so uranium is great, copper is okay. Apparently titanium is important. No aluminum. Tons of methane. Probably. Unknown quantities of methane in Uranus. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm addicted. Okay, we built a Rave Rider. For now, we're just kind of renaming them the Gonzaleses. And this makes it the Gonzales 4, technically. The first one got scrapped for reasons.
With my last breath, I curse you, Belmont. We'll see each other again.
Give it some crew. And honestly, I want to get... I'm not gonna send it right now. If basically this is a reserve. If Leda base gets attacked and I use the laser, I will send a laser over immediately. But if Leda does not get attacked and the moon gets attacked, I don't want to lose my last laser. I want the moon to be defended. The conquering of the galaxy is going difficultly, Thornum. We are working on it, but the Martian mutant jerks are making my life miserable. They've been destroying everything we try to build in the last couple episodes. So... Gonzales 2 is getting ready to bring more uranium back. Once we have enough to make it worth the trip. Which is around 20. Yeah, the gas giants are full of gas. I'm not really a huge surprise. I'm not hugely surprised by that, you know. The moon's being full of gas, though. That's a bit interesting. What I've been trying to do is stash away uranium on my ships so that it can't get destroyed, but this base does have one laser at least. So hopefully we won't get anything else destroyed on it. And then basically we're prepping to do another colony ship. We need 700 aluminum and then we're finally going to go somewhere. All right. I feel like we are in control a little bit. Those Martians, man. This track, Chrono Trigger. Snatchy has an asteroid. Duke Leto made it to the moon. Prepare for assassinations. Snatchy? You got yourself a decent one. Not a ton of aluminum, but I think it's better to just get it moving than to wait it out and hope you get a better one for too long. We've made it to Miranda. Alright. We should be starting our final set of research, although I say that there's going to be some probes that are going to take a very long time. We're not going to get to Charon for ages. But I think probably for colonizing, Uranus and Neptune are kind of the last batch of decent looking places, even though they're really far away. We'll probably try to colonize, you know, priority goes to like Jupiter and Saturn moons because just transit time is so much less than trying to fly all the way out to Neptune or Pluto. Oh, we're not constructing anything. I don't want to waste any aluminum right now. What could we build? We could start a nodule even if we don't need it, just to have it going. I could build a backup Solagen, but they require aluminum. I guess one way or the other, when we go to the next base, like when we build the next colony ship, we're going to need to build a generator for it. So it's not like it's always going to take a little bit longer. We need more than 700 aluminum, basically. I guess I could just build so much micro, but really, I think 2 more of these grazers is the way to go right now. That'll put us at 8. That's a lot of grazing. But it just seems like, you know, 40 aluminum, that's good, you know. That's a good amount of aluminum for not a lot of risk. How's Miranda looking? Oh, it's habitable. It's human-based, no mutants. Copper, silica, iron, silver, platinum. Copper, silver, platinum. That's some good stuff. We actually have 0 silver right now. Our overall resource income, we still have very limited uranium, 0 silver, and 0 chromium. Those are the 2 resources we have literally nothing of. And our income for copper and platinum is based on asteroids. Aluminum actually could get a big bonus, would be nice. Methane we're getting from asteroids. Nitrogen doesn't have a great income, but we don't need a ton of it. Alright, made to Ariel. Nice to get the research finished here, too. Built another grazer, and we'll build one more. This will be the last one, though. I don't think I'm going to go past 8. That's so many. Don't want to crash the game with too many ships, you know. Alright, do we have another name? The Wisp seemed okay. That was one of the workers. We'll need one more worker-style resource harvesting unit from an RTS after this one. In a few more days. Alright, let's check out Ariel. Another habitable planet. Looks like these faraway moons, that is to say, are pretty darn habitable, surprisingly. I do know that the energy you will get on these planets is much less because the solar gen, you know, you're much further away from the sun, so. But platinum, aluminum, nitrogen, it's got some stuff, plus it's only human. More human than human, even. We've got Gonzales back in the moon with plutonium, and a peon has found some more asteroids. The hardest part now is going to be to pick what the next colony will be, because there's so many options now. Alright, the new Wave Rider has brought us some precious uranium. I should just auto it, really. And the other one was just holding off to maybe take some lasers with them. So we'll finish the Grazer, then we're going to build 2 more orbital lasers, which means at this point, I'm not too scared about sending another orbital laser out, because we can build a new one if we need to. And I would like to have at least 2 or 3 per base to feel 100% safe. Yeah. But these fast ships, like, the reason this is working at all is that we can get to Leda in about a month. If we were trying to fly with, like, the slower ships to Saturn or Uranus, it'd be so hard to get this set up right now. Okay, hold on. No lyrics. You know the drill. Uh-oh! Leda's under attack! Defenses! Lasers! Kill them all, please! Not very many killed. That's not good. I needed like 2 lasers this time. I was just thinking I should save some of my uranium on this base. I was just thinking. But I was also thinking, don't worry, Blue, you've got orbital lasers. Orbital lasers will protect you. And then it killed like 3 out of 10. There's so many of them. We might need to anticipate 2 lasers, which is 20 uranium, per attack right now. Plus a couple fighters to clean up anything that gets through. Also, I'm going to lose this one, because I can't... Oh, maybe I'm good. Maybe I'm good. Alright. I need my uranium. Don't you steal it. So there's no, like, there's no speed control or anything. I'm just in a turret, basically, that rotates. And the other craft is the thing moving around. All I can do is aim my turret. I think there's one that's going to still get through. Because I can't click these buttons quick enough. Doesn't matter that we never lose the combat. The RTS, you know, lightning twitch reflexes are not... I'm not that fast, you know? That's why we don't play StarCraft professionally here on this channel. Oh, I got one. I don't know if this is the last one, but this is probably the last one we're going to be able to shoot down. Still, the more we kill, the better. You know, they do less damage, I think. The more that make it through, the more damage they do. But it's just so brutal. Alright, we got him. Is that it? Please? Please be the last one. Nope, there's 2 left. Oh, man. Even with an orbital laser and shot down, I don't know how many I shot down manually, like 4 maybe? They still got 2 through. I just can't handle these waves. StarCraft professionally? No way, man. I do not handle this Twitch. Click it as fast as you can. Garbage. I like to pause and think. Well, in the end, this one wasn't too bad. No equipment damage, only sulfur lost, 8 casualties, you know, brave humans lost in the battle. At least they didn't disrupt our manufacturing this time. Our uranium continues to grow slowly, and we didn't have our generator destroyed. And I did save a few. But it's time to go. Let's send this stuff back to the moon. So at the moment, Leda has no satellites. I just sent a Wave Rider with 1. I'm gonna send another one with I've only got 1 laser. We're building lasers. We will be building lasers. Oh, this is not enough lasers. How are we supposed to fight? Like, I can build 2. I've got 1 on the way. There's 1 here. That puts us at 4 total. It seems like we need 2 to have a chance at shooting them all down now. That's 20 days worth of uranium. 22 days or so of uranium. I can't really produce this stuff fast enough as it is. And if I want to add another base, like... I'm not sure how we're gonna... I'm not 100% sure how we're getting out of our hole here. At least they didn't destroy anything that time. There seems to be a delay between attacks. They don't seem to do attacks at the same time. It's kind of like a terror ship in Xenonauts. There's always a little break between attacks. And hopefully that's enough time for me to build 2 lasers for the main base. And for this to make it to Leda so they have 2. Because it takes a really long time, considerably longer to transport them than it does to make them. Oy. I didn't think this game was gonna be that hard. It's like kicking my butt. I just sent him back with nothing? Cool. BlueAnkylo just sends a harvester to the moon with nothing on it. I probably, like, clicked... I meant to click, you know, pick up asteroid, and then I skipped it instead of, you know, just wasting some time right now. Have I ever completed this game? No. When I was a kid, I never figured out how to mine asteroids. So this is further on than I've ever been able to get as a kid, you know. I didn't know that you could send these to the asteroid belt. It's not hard, get good, noob. Thanks, Tim. Can always count on Tim to tell me to get good, noob. Alright, 1 more grazer. The last one, I think. I was playing it as like a 9-year-old kid, and I couldn't figure out anything. Well, I figured out the basics, but not enough to make it anywhere. And I could never shoot down any enemy craft, ever. The fact that we can at least win the air combats now is an improvement. I think that was one of our suggestions, so we'll go with that. We've got 8 harvesters going like crazy into these asteroids. At least we get resources from them. We just need to find a way to shoot stuff down. I wonder if what's happening is like the game is like, well, the player has like 20 ships. We better ramp up our attacks because he built all these stupid probes and miners that don't actually give you any combat ability. But we know you've got lots of population and ships, so time to ramp it up. Who knows? So build 2 of these. Old man Grabby, grabbing all the asteroids from the young ladies. Oops. Okay, that's fine. No attacks, please. I need a little bit of time to recover. We're unfortunately going to be slowed down in terms of gameplay significantly by all of these harvesters. Because it's going to require a lot of unloading and relaunching. Good for resources, good for efficient turns, bad for getting things progressing quickly for a Let's Play. Definitely a lot of micro. This... what? This gave me like... How many days was that between the last attack? Like, what, 4? I hadn't even had a time to build one... This is broken. Oh, this is so bad. There's no way we can shoot them all down. We can't mine uranium. We can't even build lasers that quick, but let alone get the resources. You know, we get enough resources to build one laser every 11 days. Assuming they stop messing with my income. And, of course, we've never actually lost one of these battles. But it's basically limited on how quickly you can spam that button. There's no hotkey at all. There's no hotkeys, period. Never were hotkeys in these older games. So even being, like, relatively good at this air combat, and I say relatively, but at least winning the air combat is still not enough. Angry Ankylo. I wonder if there's like a button to slow down the game speed a little bit. Because otherwise, if I can't get my lasers going, I'm always going to have stuff destroyed. Because I have to click this button 10 times every wave. Also, it's going to be very repetitive, man. Like, this is not the best combat. You know. Give in to the dark side. It is an emulator. There's usually options for emulators to slow down the processor speed. I'm getting faster at clicking the button either way, but I'm still not happy about it. Getting a bit grindy. Yeah, I don't like these. This is the worst part, 100%. We had a really good first couple episodes, and then we got to Leda, and I was really excited to build my first new base, and I have had no success really expanding from there. Even the uranium hasn't really turned into any real good value yet. Because we get attacked so much, I can't really get anything out of it. How many made it through? Did anyone catch? Like, was it 1 or 2 left? Nothing really bad happened. So this was okay. But there's a chance that they just destroy your generator and you're out another month. This does not look fun. Well, okay, guys. Let's not be too harsh on the game. It's possible there's a reason that this is happening. It might be because we built too many miners or something. I don't know. We left 2 alive. Well, I guess as long as I can shoot them down really, really efficiently, we'll be fine. That was just a Halloween spook. It doesn't really matter to our population. As long as the energy doesn't get destroyed, or the uranium doesn't get pillaged. And we've been shipping it out pretty quick. So the main thing is to not get our energy pillaged. I could send the Duke from the Luna. I could send my big ship back and just bring like a couple different generators with him. So that even if they destroy a generator, there's a backup. Maybe. Maybe. Not right now. We'll see. But yeah, they need to give us more days in between in the attacks. If we get attacked every day like that, it's just I'm not going to be able to finish the game because it's going to be too much combat for me to enjoy. The whole point is to get the lasers so I don't have to do all that combat. Well, we'll have 2 lasers on Leda soon-ish, and we'll have 2 lasers back on the moon, which is more than last time, assuming we don't get attacked for a few days. Like, I still can see us getting out of this if we can just get on top of our resource production. Yeah, using up the lasers is not great. I wish they went on, like, a cooldown or something rather than just gone forever. Maybe I just had a bad first base. Like, it's possible Leda is not, like... Part of this is that my uranium income is so low. If we had, like, 3,000, 4,000 uranium income, we would have been able to get those lasers up much quicker. As it is, we've been just barely squeaking by, making a couple at a time. So, there are other moons that may have had a much better start. You know, if you're an expert of the game, you might know a better place to start rather than Leda. Maybe. Yeah. Space lasers are one shot. You click the button, it uses one. It's like it's an orbital satellite that I don't know, it's like it's got one battery on it. It fires a shotgun of lasers, kills a bunch of fighters, and then that's it. It's not as good as I was hoping. It's much better than fighting them all manually, but it's a consumable resource. Alright. Let's just focus on the research. That's what we really want. What I really want is to colonize another moon and get some new resources. That did not advance the hour. Alright, next time, Umbriel. So, Titania and Oberon should be coming quickly as well. So we've got another habitable planet, technically. If you could go to Mars, but you couldn't go back, would you? Well, right now, no. That'd be a one-way death trip. So sulfuroids, another mutant. Have we seen sulfuroids before? It might be the first time. Looks like this planet is garbage, or this moon is garbage, though. Bunch of gases and some silica. That's nothing we need. Alright. We made our second laser. We've made it to the orbit, the asteroids, and we've got to Titania. I guess what I'm looking for is still chromium, right? For all the places we looked at, there have been places with silver, but I've never seen a place with chromium. The next base, which we could be building right now, the next colony ship, needs chromium and silver and uranium, if optimally. Aluminum would be nice too, to be totally honest. Just send one fighter to Mars. I can't send fighters to Mars yet. One day. Okay. I've got a Carrack here. How much was it to build a Carrack in aluminum? 320. 710, 320. I can almost afford the titanium to do both. 320 is still a lot. I don't think I'm going to build another Carrack. But I do want, before I select the base, I want to build another... yeah, let's get that going. We're going to need some more aluminum either way. I don't know where my next base will be. I'm going to make an expensive generator because the further you're away from the sun, the less power you get. And this is overkill, I'm sure. But, although this costs 160 aluminum, like, which one do I need? It doesn't save me a whole lot. If Mark 7 doesn't, if there's a 10% or a 90% penalty at Neptune or something, then this doesn't get me enough to power the generator if it's bad enough. So I figure I might as well spend the extra 80 and definitely be able to power the base. And then by the time that's done, hopefully I'll have scanned enough and we'll be back up to 700. Besides, I need more lasers before we go anyway. I don't think I'm going to build another colony until I have at least 2 or 3 orbital lasers to go with it. Because I'm tired of this getting destroyed, restarting it over and over again. It's garbage. These old games definitely did have a habit of monitoring your progress and matching you in difficulty. So, like, the better you did, the harder they fought back was a pretty classic old-school game design. It's quite likely, or at least feasible, that building all these ships early actually has made the game much more difficult than it would have been otherwise, with all the attacks. It's hard to know for sure, but it could just be random, but it's the kind of thing that devs used to do all the time. They still do, I'm sure, but it was real common back in the day. Okay, Titania is also colonizable. We got silver and copper. Silver, like I said, we want silver. I'm going to have to just review them all when I'm ready to build my my next colony ship, because I don't know which one it's going to be, but optimally, uranium, silver, and chromium. I haven't even seen chromium yet. You read the whole wiki on the game. Well, you know more about it than I do, possibly. I don't expect it's well documented anyway. Just programmed by one guy. Who knows what he did? And then ported to different consoles. I want to see, where's my uranium right now? Before I move any more days, let's double check that my uranium's working. We've got Gonzales 2 on the way to the moon, 3 days away. We've got with some uranium. Hold on. Thanks, Doom. We've got Gonzales 4 heading to Leda with lasers. We really do need those lasers. That'll be good. And Gonzales 3, also 3 days. So in about 3 or 4 days, we will have Leda protected again. And we'll be able to make some more lasers soon. It's just like those Xenonauts. If the terror missions give us a little bit of a break, we'll be okay. We just need a little bit more time. Every time that menu comes up, I jump. Snatchy. Snatch me a good copper asteroid. I'll take it. That was Donkey Kong, not Doom? Alright. Doom usually gets the the more yelly songs, let's say. But yeah, Donkey Kong has a couple too, that's fair. Alright, Gonzales have landed, the villager has an asteroid, and Oberon has been researched. So first off, the villager grabs an asteroid, brings it back to the moon. Secondly, we check our research. Oberon, uranium, but not much else. Aluminum and stuff is good, but you know, we'll see where we end up colonizing. Generators have got a ways to go. Gonzales, land on the moon. Gonzales, we just need 1 more hour with no attacks. Gonzales 3, land on Leda. Okay, so this gets us, thankfully, another batch of uranium. That's 3 more that we can build, and we're going to build them right now. The generator is important and all, but nothing beats orbital lasers, period. And then for Leda, now we've got a couple... I wish you could click their names, right? You have to click the cargo bay rather than the name. Weird old game design. Who knows what the guy was thinking when he made that shortcut? Ah! And then right click always goes back to the main base. Yeah, you should be able to click these too. That would be much better design. Alright, 2 lasers. Uranium. And might as well bring some copper. This one heads back immediately to keep the laser train going. And the other one waits a little bit until there's more uranium to bring back. I think. Meanwhile, on the main base, our scouts are headed towards Neptune. Still 4 months out, so we still got quite a long time to get to Neptune. We're going to have to pick a new base to build pretty soon, but I guess we'll build our lasers and our generator, and then we'll pick out the next place to build a base. And for now, we keep farming the asteroids as quickly as we can. And I do think I'll be scrapping these at some point, but you know, for now, this is the only way to get aluminum and titanium quick. That one didn't even have any aluminum on it, but that's okay. Okay, orbital lasers. Thank you. Now we've got 2 on Leda, 3 at our main base. We're going to send 1 more back right now, and then there's another dose of uranium headed to the moon. Those ones, the 3 more from there, assuming we are not depleting our supplies by then, we can use to go to our next colony, in theory. Another one of those Ankylo theories that may or may not work out at all. How's our population looking? At some point, we'll want to build that nodule. Take it. Very similar menu to Supremacy. Yeah, once I started looking at the Supremacy stuff, I started looking at other similar games or related games. I actually found the sequel to this game, Millennium 2.2 something Spanish number 2 sounding. Deus Trino, something like that, anyway. So there's a sequel to this game, and that got me a little bit closer. And then once I was like, oh, but there's a first game, and then yeah, once I saw this, I'm like, ah, this is the one. Okay, we've got 2 more lasers constructed. That's all we had. Oh no, we can build one more. Build one more, please. Yep, all the lasers. I don't care. Yeah, I've been looking for this for years. I've never put in a ton of work into finding it. But over the years, every now and then, I've done a couple little Google looks, forum checks. This was the first time I got any success. Also, there's a lot more Let's Plays nowadays, so it's easier to find footage of games. Like, 10 years ago, it was a lot harder to find even screenshots of obsolete games, you know? Nowadays, you can check some video footage pretty quick and go yes or no. Alright, lasers are starting to catch up. I'm starting to feel a little bit safer. The Martians definitely gave us a nice month off, so that's what we needed. We needed a little bit of time to do some resource management. This game is supposed to be primarily resource management, not combat. You know, we had a real bad stretch of combat for too long. Priorities. Get that generator built. Plan on our next colony. How is Leta's uranium looking? 20. I think with I'm in the wrong place again, but I think with two defenses, there's almost no way that they get anything destroyed. We can continue to stock up closer to 50 here. And yeah, we should be okay with the Wave Rider. Although, I mean, what's the reason not to hide it, right? Like, seems safer on the Wave Rider than just sitting in stores where the Martians kill it. This one game you played 20 years ago? I hate that, yeah. When there's a game that you remember from a kid and you just can't figure it out. There are forums where you post that, and if you know what console it's on, or approximately what year, there's definitely people that are like experts at trying to figure that stuff out and get a lot of fun out of it. Alright. Time is ticking. Usually we're clicking next day a lot faster. We're getting bogged down here a little bit. More mining. SCV should be extra good at mining, right? It's like their job. A truck might have a hard time mining in space. Hey there, Scarbamir. Yeah, I don't know if anyone expected this game to pop up tonight. I would be quite impressed if anyone predicted this one. Because even I didn't predict this one. You got a better prediction of what I'm going to let's play than I do. Right. Miners. Okay, it is getting a bit grindy, I'll admit it. Fortunately for the future tubers, they can fast forward a bit if they're bored. I don't think it's bad, it's just a little bit repetitive at this point in the game. This is not helping. Lasers! There's like 10 of them. Kill them all, please. Fire again, I don't care. I'm not doing 5 combats. Okay. It cost me 2 lasers, which is not great. But I didn't have to do any combat. That's what I care about. Leisure Suit Larry. There's a few Amiga games I need to look through, see if it triggers any memories. I know that pack of games I had back at 10. There was a couple Leisure Suit Larry games. I wasn't supposed to play them. You know, parents that hid them somewhere stupidly. And I'm like, sure, I'll never find that game. And it's just in the closet. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to play it while you're at work. Not that Leisure Suit Larry is hardly anything. Okay, great. No death. Did I send another laser on the way? That's the question. Gonzales are my transports right now. Gonzales 2 should have another laser on the way. But that's only one. Where's Gonzales 3? He's on the way to the moon with uranium. 7 days. It just depends on how often we get attacked, because if we get attacked now, I got no lasers. I'm gonna build another Wave Rider. I didn't think I was gonna build as many Wave Riders as I ended up building, but the ability to transport uranium and lasers around, even just one at a time, I don't have, like, I think the Carrack could bring a lot more per trip, but I can't build Carracks right now, really, and we'd still be going half speed with one. So the Wave Riders going twice as fast with one is probably better. Really weird, actually. I mean, speed is good, but the capacity of the Wave Rider is tiny, comparatively. Your mom hid Duke Nukem? Like the first ones? Or like Duke Nukem 3D? At least Duke Nukem 3D, I could see that one. But 1 and 2 were like pretty chill. But yeah, there's definitely a few more games on the Amiga that I owned or had access to as a kid, and other than this was the one that I keep thinking about. But there are other ones that I definitely lost and have lost track of, and I would like to give them another chance. Whether or not they're great games, you know, we'll see, but it's very nostalgic for me, at least. And to be fair, there's probably not a whole lot of Let's Plays about these in general, so it can't hurt to add one more, you know? Well, it looks like the, I could have just waited for the Gonzales to get back to the moon with the uranium. I thought we'd be able to build an extra Wave Rider by then. They build a little bit slower than I thought. But that's 3 more lasers. And I'm just going to send it immediately with another orbital laser. My whole goal here is just to get like maybe 10 in each base. I don't know. Maybe once we get 5 or 6, I'll feel like I can chill. We can slow down once we get to 5 or 6 of them. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. Free space was awesome for sure. Oh, you guys are trying to figure out what game it was. Space game with a space part and a landed part with hexagon tiles. Not a Civ game. CD-ROM with lots of games. Did you pay... Could it have been like a demo disc that had a whole bunch of demos on it? And you just got to play the beginning of it or something? That was very common back in those days. Maybe they still do it. Not so much on CDs, but, you know, demos. There were also just straight up, like, shareware CDs with, like, 100 minor games. Like, half the time they had viruses on them. Maybe 75% of the time they had viruses on them. If you find one laying around, be careful. I mean, it's an old virus, but... be careful. Those 100 game CDs were not always as legit as you would hope. Alright. Get this Wave Rider, build more lasers. We got 3 more lasers ready to go. Sort of losing track of what I'm trying to do now. We're getting all bogged down here a bit. We've got still no lasers on Leda. But we're hiding the uranium so that they can't destroy it anyway. I'll still get more lasers. CD-ROM borrowed from a friend in the first place. Yeah. That'll be hard to nail down for sure. Okay, that's the Wave Rider done. It's one more Wave Rider. Hopefully we won't need any more of them. But that should give us pretty good transit around the solar system with speed. As we build more bases, this will be nice ways to top things up quickly. And then the Carracks will be the big slow, you know, slow boys. I'm going to send one more laser right now. Am I? No. No. Yes. We need to name it. How many Gonzales do we have at this point? This is Gonzales. Ah, it's only Gonzales 4. That's not that many. And one of them, like, that's Gonzales 2, 3, and 4. That's only... Oh, no, I already had one. Ah, never mind. And now I've got 2 named the same thing. Oh, that's terrible. But it's the... We have 4 total, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, let the supply of lasers continue to flow to Leda. And on Earth, we're getting more lasers. Or, well, the moon. Also, it's a new year! Hooray! Okay, good. One made it before we got attacked again. We actually want the second one. We should probably, at this point, return with more uranium. Like, now that we're getting to the point where we're not losing our production of uranium, we can definitely... We're getting ahead of the curve. We are getting more lasers built than we're using. Not by a whole lot, but we are building faster than we're spending them. Barely. It would definitely be better if we had more uranium, like a better base, giving us more uranium per turn. That would definitely have made this a little bit easier. But yeah, we've got 3 more back at home, and we've got another like 3 more on the way with uranium. Yeah, we're doing okay. And then we get attacked 5 times in a row. It sure did slow down my production of ships, though. Having to build all these lasers. It really slowed the game down. Like that, I would say that was like a down... Like this is like the worst part I've had of the entire game so far, was just getting totally bogged down by terrible attacks from, like, just way too many ships from Mars. It was going really well for the first 3 hours. And then that happened. But hopefully we're over the rough spot, and now it's going to be good again. I wish I was just transporting carracks with 1,000 tons of ore, rather than just doing these 250 asteroids back and forth, back and forth. I think we can build one more. And then we'll go back to the generator. Finally. 20 enemy fighters? Ugh, I sure hope not. Once I finish building that generator, assumedly, I will review what our supplies... We should have... Yeah, we've got enough stuff to build things again. We just got caught up on the attack, that's all. Meanwhile, in the background, we've been mining like crazy. Oops. I launched that before I unloaded it. This is what happens when I build so many of them. At least it has like that automatic unload. Even my Uncharted Waters game didn't have that. So it has some good quality of life features. Definitely not the worst Amiga game I've ever played. Not by a long shot. There's far worse Amiga games. Can you mine planets? I guess we should try. The next one that comes back I'll send somewhere, and we'll see what happens. I don't think so. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Zap him! 7 targets. Sure. There's only 3 left. We can do a little bit of space combat, I guess. Or at least I can try. So they're just sending waves of 10 at us all the time from now on. At some point, 2 lasers should generally kill them all. But I don't mind doing a couple of these just to save a laser. As long as there's enough time to defend the base, these don't take too long. Shooting down 10 in a row is no fun, but shooting down 2 or 3, that's okay. It's like taking your medicine. Yeah, I would say my limit is around 3. 3 doesn't bother me much. But trying to do 10 of them is way too much. There are some really bad Amiga games, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. This is not on that list. This is definitely above average. Okay. How far are our probes out? Are we getting close here to Neptune? Yeah, just 2 months. Just 2 months away. Build that laser. There's the laser. Now we can finally, hopefully, complete the solar gen that's getting nearly done. So we're still at 4 lasers here. And, well, technically only 1 here, but there's more on the way. Soon. I'm actually quite glad they attacked the moon base and not the Leda base. Leda, there we go. That's another laser for them. Get down. Now they've got enough, even if the first laser does a... Even if the first laser shoots like 3 down, we can do a second laser. And that will make me feel a lot happier. Ugh. Menu management. There it is. Alright, 2 lasers is good. And the other ship, well, one of them, doesn't really matter. Pick up some uranium, head on back to the moon. It is annoying that the production is just, like, it's faster than we spend them, but just not by much. We're probably averaging, like, a Martian attack every 2 or 3 weeks rather than, whatever this is. And we're only making 1 laser every, like, 12 days, so it's probably more like once a month or something, I guess. Okay. Gonzales to Leda. Solar Gen Mark X complete. All right. Did you actually find the lost space hex game? Sorry, live tubers. We got some excitement in the chat. Someone else found a long lost game in the live tubers. It's always exciting. Star General. I've heard of that. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I have definitely heard of that. We are transporting a laser over. 3 lasers is way better than 1 laser. And I think we just finished the backup solar gen. Let's put it on that Carrack right away, because that's where it wants to go. It's pretty heavy, but, you know, this thing can carry a lot. It's only 250 tons, you know. Oh, I forgot to even unload it. Just sitting there with wasted resources. Alright. So if we were to launch now, I would bring, like, 2 fighters, at least 2 lasers, and we would go to a new planet or moon, and we would be ready to go. Sweet! We definitely have enough aluminum to build our new base. And we just need to pick a colony. Alright. Yes! Future tubers, we're going to take a cut here. We're going to end the episode. I'm going to look through the database and try to pick out the best colony I can find. Obviously, uranium, silver. I haven't seen any chromium yet, but try to get some uranium. Try to get some silver. It wouldn't be bad to fill up some of these lower stocks if I can find something that combos well. But uranium and silver #1, and anything else that looks important. Aluminum wouldn't be bad, honestly. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and hanging in there. That was a bit of a rough episode, but I think we've turned the corner. And we are no longer going to be crushed by Martian waves. We can just spam orbital lasers, and if I can get some more uranium income, then we'll be fine. So that's all. Thank you for watching, and hope you have enjoyed. And maybe go ask if you have a game in the back of your mind that you would like to know what the game name is. Maybe leave a comment and we'll figure it out on the live stream later. See you later.